Hello friends, and welcome to your Friday Pick a Card bundle. It is basically the end of July and the beginning of August, and we are in strange times. So I hope you are all well. I hope you've all had a good week, and I hope you've enjoyed the inspiration that I've given you during the week. It's been so great to read all your comments and to see how it has connected and resonated with each one of you. So today for our Friday, I am changing it up again a little bit because I get bored doing the same thing the same way all the time. So today we are having a round day, circle, round day. That means I'm only using round decks, so something different. And I've also, because they're round decks and one of them is incredibly large, one of them is a little bit small, and one of them there's just so many of them. Shuffling on screen was just going to be an absolute nightmare. You know how bad I am at shuffling. So what I've decided to do this week is I've actually already shuffled and pre-selected the cards, but I have not peeked, I have not looked. And what I've done is I've actually looked at the decks that I've chosen, what the strength of the decks are, and I've actually come up with questions. Okay, so we're actually getting quite detailed readings. So the questions that we're asking is, what do you need to know right now from Spirit? And we're going to get 2 cards for that. What is the detail that we need to know about that? So just getting additional information on what we need to know from Spirit. And then the last deck that I'm using is quite an interesting one. It's one I have never used before on my picker card. It's one that's lived on the shelf for a long time, and it's one that I've used for my own self, but not one I've ever used for a reading or for any of my videos. And that deck is an Archetype deck, and it's going to, so what I've done is I've asked for 2 cards. I've asked for a card to show the archetype that we are right now, and then I've asked for another card to show the archetype that we are moving into. So it'll be very interesting to see that, especially with the question of what do we need to know from Spirit right now from the one deck, what is the detail on that information on the second deck, and then we're going to look at the archetype. So certainly interesting indeed, and I'm sure we're going to get some really interesting readings from that. So for those of you who are here for the first time and not sure how my pick cards work, very soon I will put the image on screen that shows the bundles that are available to you, and all you have to do is just choose one that you resonate with, choose one that seems to be brighter, that seems to be clearer, that seems to just look nicer, whatever it may be. And then if you're on YouTube, in the description below, or even on the time bar, you will see that it is separated or broken up. You will have timestamps to take you straight through to your bundle. If you're on my blog, then below this video will be the information you need to all the links on the timestamps that you can go straight to your bundle. So once you know exactly which bundle you're going for, you can go straight there. And today we have an extra bundle. So we normally do 3, but for whatever reason today I was guided, urged to do 4. So we have 4 bundles or choices for you to choose from today. So let's do it. Okay, so let me perform my magic. So on screen right now will be an image of the cards that are available for you. So these are the cards that have been shuffled and selected, laid face down on the table. I've just taken a photograph of them. I have not yet looked at them, so don't quite know what we're going to get. But look at these 4 bundles, look at these 4 options, and ask yourself, which is the one that seems brighter, seems clearer, seems to draw you in, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, which is the bundle that's going to have the answers that you need, that's going to have the guidance and the inspiration that you need in your life right now. If you are not sure, just looking at the pictures of the cards, look at the timestamps, because maybe the numbers will talk to you, maybe the numbers will mean something to you. Okay, so take a deep breath in, exhale out all your worries, exhale out all your stresses, all your anxieties and all your fears, and allow yourself to be drawn to one of the bundles. Okay, if you need to pause the video and really meditate on it, by all means do that, because I'm sure we're going to get really powerful messages today. Right, so you've got your bundle. Okay, so you know which of the bundles is the answers, that has the inspiration, that has the guidance, because remember, that's what these Fridays are all about. It's all about giving you inspiration, giving you motivation, and just helping you tweak yourself, tweak your life so that you can have the best outcome that you deserve. All right, that's what it's all about. And if it happens to put a smile on your face in the process, well, then that's just absolute bonus. All right. And obviously, please also remember that if you are looking for some inspiration, if you are looking for some personal guidance, you are welcome to send me a WhatsApp and book a personal session. I'm not seeing people at the moment because of lockdown, because of antivirus, listen to me, because of COVID. I'm not seeing anybody, but I am available telephonically. Okay, so I'm going to stop blabbling. I'm going to stop talking. Let's get straight into it. What I think I need to show you, though, just because I forgot, is the actual cards that we're using. So the tarot deck that we're using is the Motherpeace Tarot, and this is the mini deck, and it is a round deck because we're having a round day. So with that one, and then the detail is going to come from the tea leaf fortune cards. And again, they are round. And the cards that we're going to use for the archetypes is this awesome Archetypes deck by Kim Krantz. So those are the decks that we're using today. So we're going to have awesome messages. I shall see you at your bundle. And welcome to all of you who chose bundle 1 as the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. Welcome. I hope you are well, and I hope you've had a good week so far, and welcome to your Friday. So if you didn't watch the intro, today we are having a round day. We are only using round decks, which of course with my little hands that battle to shuffle poses quite a challenge. So I have shuffled all the cards and pre-selected. In other words, I have drawn the cards that we're going to be using, but I have not looked at them yet. The details on the decks that I'm using will be in the description below. Otherwise, it's all in the intro. You can go back to the intro. But let's get straight into it. So we're starting off with these two decks. Listen to me, these two cards. I've been talking so much this week. These two cards, and this is from the Motherpeace Tarot, okay? And this is going to give us the information of what do we need to know right now? What is it that Spirit needs us to know right now? And the first card that we have is this one. I want to just see if I can get the camera to focus on it. The Six of Swords, okay? So the Six of Swords is the card of movement. It's the card of moving from one point to another. It's the card that says, you know what, sometimes we're a little bit fed up and sometimes we're a little bit disinterested in life and we feel like we need to move on. And this is the card that says it's about change, and it's about taking everything that we own and moving downstream to see where it gets us. So you can see those ladies are sort of like floating in the air, all the circles, and it's about movement and it's about change. Connected to that, we have the Ten of Swords. So we've got the two sword cards, okay, which tells us that there's stuff going on here. There's a little bit of, oh my gosh, stress and anxiety, and that's exactly what this particular card is all about, okay? So the Ten of Swords is all about giving up, because you can see now they've worked, if I just hold this up, these cards are so small. These ladies have worked so hard to get to this point, to get to the cliff, and as they've arrived there now, they're sort of giving up, throwing in the towel, and they're jumping off the cliff. What they don't realize is that is exactly what they were supposed to do. So they're feeling like they're giving up. They're feeling defeated. They're feeling like there's just no hope, okay? They're giving up, but in their giving up, what they're doing is they're allowing themselves, they're allowing themselves to transform into water beings, okay, in this particular instance. So even though you are ready for the change, even though you are going about everything, doing everything you can, trying so hard to live the best life that you need to, there is this feeling of being defeated, there is this feeling of being deflated, or feeling like that's just not getting you anywhere, that you're just not achieving and not gaining. But even though the giving up is there, even though you feel like it's just, I'm not interested, I don't want to do it, please understand that the change that is coming about for you is so profound. And in the giving up, in the stop the fight, in the stopping of the challenge, therein lies the results, the answers, and the solutions. So I'm going to leave these on the table here in front of me, and I'm now picking up the two tea leaf fortune cards to continue the story, to continue the message, to see what is it that Spirit needs us to know with regards to this ending and this defeated. So the first card we have, I need to hold them the right way, is the Feather card. And it says to you at the bottom, somebody you know is undependable and, I can't read, insincere. Oh my gosh. Okay. So maybe that's why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Maybe that's why you're feeling so defeated, deflated, whatever the word is. Maybe that's why you're feeling like you just don't want to carry on anymore, why you want to give up. Because there is somebody around you who you know is undependable and insincere. So somebody is letting you down. Somebody is causing conflict in your life. Somebody is causing you to feel the way you are. And you know what? They don't deserve it. Don't give your power away like that. The other card that we have is archway, and it says new opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up for you. So that's very interesting, because when we give up, when we say, you know what, this is it, I'm just gonna carry on going through, I'm not going to question the path, I'm not going to challenge it, I'm not going to go on to different, I'm just going to carry on going. When you do that, and I want to show you this card again, okay, so these ladies, when they reached the cliff face, they thought, well, that's it, we were going in this direction anyway, we might as well just jump off. All right, when they carry on their path, on the other side of that archway is the new opportunity, the new possibilities, and all the paths that are opening up. So even though they're falling into the water, even though they're giving up and they're feeling like that is all that's left for them, what we can't see is maybe just on the other side over here, maybe there is a boat that's waiting to take them to paradise. Okay, so in their giving up, they take themselves a step closer to the solutions and the answers that they are looking for. But they have to trust the change. They have to trust that they are going in the right direction. They have to trust that they are doing everything absolutely correctly. But you need to understand that not everybody can be trusted, okay? Not everybody can be trusted, and sometimes you have to put your foot down. Sometimes you have to recognize who are your friends and who are your foes, but just know that there are opportunities opening up for you in a big way, which is really awesome. Okay, so now onto the big reveal. Right, so in front of me, I have two of these. This is supposed to look like a diamond, the backs of these cards. It's supposed to look like a gem, like a diamond, and I don't know if they do. But I absolutely adore this deck. So this is the Archetypes deck by Kim Krantz. Let me see if I can hold it that you can see it. It really is absolutely from the wild unknown. It is absolutely awesome. So what I've done is I've drawn two, okay? So the first one is going to tell you the archetype of who you are right now. What is the archetype that you are experiencing, that you are feeling, that you are living right now? We already know from the other cards that there is change coming. We already know from the other cards that we are evolving, growing, and adapting. So who are we growing and evolving and adapting into? So what is the archetype we are now, and what is the archetype that we are becoming, or that we are moving into? So that is what I intended. That's what I asked when I drew these two cards. So let's see what we get. So the first card that I drew for you is the Pilgrim. Okay, so what is a pilgrim? A pilgrim is somebody who goes on a journey without questioning, somebody who just follows along with the flow, with the crowd, with the community, with the whatever. A pilgrim is somebody who is forever traveling, forever experiencing, and forever growing and adapting. So that is you right now, which is why you are, if I can say, having all these experiences. I want to try and pick them both up. Why you are having all these experiences, and why you need to know that there are new opportunities opening up for you. So the energy of the pilgrim is telling you that you need to just continue going. Look at the eye in the absolute center of that card, okay? Keep your eyes open, know what's going on around you, but keep moving on. So that is who you are at the moment. This is the archetype of you right here, right now, okay? The archetype of who you are becoming, on the other hand, is the underworld. I like it. Okay, so what do we mean by the underworld? What does the underworld mean? The underworld means that, you know, on the surface everything looks cool. On the surface everything looks great, but underneath there's so much happening, okay? There's so much evolution, there's so much change, there's so much growth, there's so much understanding, there's so much happening under the world, there's so much happening underground. And you, on the surface, you look cool, calm, and collected. On the surface, you look absolutely fabulous. Nobody sees anything different. But we are growing, we are adapting, we are becoming better versions of ourselves. But it all happens under the ground first, in the underworld, and only then, when we have fully realized who we are, only then will we actually reveal ourselves. So, friends, this is actually quite awesome. The messages here for you is saying to you that who you are at the moment, I never get my fingers pointing to the right cards, who you are at the moment is somebody who is going through the motions of life, okay? You're just following along, you're just going with everybody, you're not questioning, you're not challenging, you're not being like, you know, you're not saying, hey, why are we doing this? You're just sort of blindly following. But there's something within you that's saying, not right. There's something within you that's saying, I want more, I need answers, I need to be more in control, I need to be more leader and less follower. So that is pilgrim. That is what you are going through at the moment. And what you are becoming, whoopsie, these round cards, don't hold them the right way. So what you are becoming is somebody who, underneath the surface, there's change, there's evolution, and there's stuff growing and there's stuff happening, and you're very aware of it. Okay, so you are becoming less pilgrim, less follower, and more evolutionary change developer leader. Okay, that is actually quite awesome. So friends, this is your inspiration. This is your message for the week ahead. Let's just do a quick recap because I know there's a lot. So the first card you had, and let me try and actually hold it properly, is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is telling you that change is coming about, change is happening. You are going through the progress. You are going through the change. You have decided that you're not happy with the world as it is, your world as it is, and you want something different. So you are heading downstream in the hopes that it is better and it is more suited to you. When you get to your destination, sometimes you feel as if like, oh, what was the point? You know, I've reached a dead end. I can't go any further. This card, the Ten of Swords, is saying it doesn't matter how crazy, ridiculous it looks. It doesn't matter how uninspiring it looks. It doesn't matter how awful it looks. Just push on, okay? Even if you get to the edge of the road, jump off. It'll be okay, all right? It'll be okay. It's all part of the process. You must remember, though, that there is somebody in your space who is not dependable and who is insincere with you. So make sure that you know exactly who you're dealing with. Make sure you know, don't just willingly trust everybody. And I am going to bring the pilgrim into this because that's what the pilgrim does. The pilgrim just trusts everybody and anybody. And the feather is saying to you, every time you see a feather, every time you know somebody's being insincere, somebody's not being completely honest with you. But you need to know and recognize that there are new opportunities, new possibilities, and new paths opening up for you. But you've got to get through the difficulty first. You've got to push through that first so that you can become somebody who on the surface is cool, calm, and collected, who is strong, who's independent, who's courageous, and who's brave. But under the surface, know that there is change happening all the time for you. All right, friends. With love and blessings, from my heart to yours. Camera doesn't want to focus now. Camera. There we go. Camera's having a Friday too. Right, so just know that everything is happening exactly as it should be. Be strong, be brave, and be courageous. Step away from the crowd, step away, be independent, and know that everything is going to work out fabulously for you. Please, if you did enjoy this message, if it resonated with you, if it touched your heart and soul, please give me a thumbs up. And as always, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And until we meet again on a Monday for your Taroscopes, from my heart to yours, you take care. And welcome to those of you who chose bundle 2 as the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. Welcome. I hope you've had a good week and I hope you have arrived at Friday in a good space. If you haven't already watched the intro, please go back and do, because I have got all the information on the decks that I'm using there. And today we are using, I have a theme going today, and my theme today is round. Round as in we are using round cards, not in any other shape or form. So today we are having a round day. So I have chosen 3 different decks, but they are all round decks to give us interesting messages. And because they are round and because some of them are really huge, I am not even going to attempt to shuffle on screen. So I shuffled beforehand and selected the cards. So I have a pile here in front of me with the cards that we're using. They're all here. And all I'm going to do is grab and go through those. Okay. What I've also done is I'm using a deck that I have not used before in any of my videos. It's a deck that I have really used for myself only. So I'm using it for the first time today, which I'm quite excited about. And it's a very specific deck. It's not a tarot deck. It's not even really an oracle deck. It's a very specific deck. So what we're doing is I've got the first cards we're going to draw is the tarot cards, which is going to give us the message from Spirit. What is the guidance? What is the inspiration that we need today? We're going to get that from those cards. The next 2 cards are going to be from the Fortune cards, which are going to give us the detail, just additional information on what Spirit wants us to know today. And then when we get to the last 2 cards, that is now the Archetypes deck. And from the Archetypes deck, I'm asking 2 questions. I'm asking, what archetype are you now? And what archetype are you working towards? What archetype are you becoming? So it'll be very interesting to see what we get with that. All right, so I'm really looking forward to doing these readings today. So we're going to start off, if I can pick them up. So this is from the Motherpeace Tarot. They are two cards, two tarot cards that I have drawn at random, so to speak. And this is just going to give us the basic information from Spirit. What does Spirit want us to know right now? And holding these and trying to show them to you has been quite the challenge. Oh, look at me, I get it right first time. So the first card I have for you is the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is traditionally the card of being restricted or feeling restricted, feeling trapped, feeling like the whole world is against you, feeling like you can't go anywhere, okay? And it doesn't matter how hard you try, it doesn't matter what you do, you just don't seem to succeed, you just don't seem to be getting anywhere, all right? So it's the card of feeling trapped, feeling isolated, feeling blocked in, locked in, and even though you wriggle and move as much as you can, you just don't feel as if you're getting anywhere. And connected with that, very interesting, let me just, oopsie, hold it in the right place. With that card, we have the Empress card, and the Empress is all about fertility. She's all about creation. She's all about creativity, okay? She takes, there's no problems in her life. Everything works out fabulously, and she just knows exactly what to do to create the outcomes that she desires. Generally, the Empress card is shown as a pregnant lady, and she's just about to give birth. She's about to create this perfect world for herself. So, friends, looking at these two, and I know it's not going to be very clear on screen, but looking at these two, you need to understand that even though you're feeling this card, even though you're feeling trapped, even though you're feeling stuck, even though you're feeling like you just can't move and that there's these four walls around you and, you know, almost claustrophobic, just know that solutions and opportunities are there for you. The Empress is saying to you that there's abundance and there's creation around you. You're about to change your reality. You're about to change your world, which is quite awesome, okay? So I'm going to leave those on the table in front of me, and I'm now going to pick up the two tea leaf fortune cards that we have. It might help if I actually hold them right way up. I am so upside down this week. I don't know if I left from my right, my up from my down. Anyway, so the tea leaf fortune cards are going to carry on with our message, carry on with this trapped feeling that we have, and this Empress energy that tells us that we can create the opportunities and the outcomes that we like. So the first card I want to show you from your tea leaf fortune cards is this one, which is the Bow, and it says you are highly thought of. So you know what, sometimes in life, and I want to just bring this one back, sometimes in life we're so busy looking for an exit, we're so busy looking for a way out, we're so busy looking for a way to improve or to change our current circumstances that we don't actually realize how much we are appreciated, how much we are acknowledged, and how much we are known about, okay? So just understand that even though nobody's telling you, even though nobody's tapped you on the shoulder and said, hey, you're doing a really good job, even though nobody's given you any kind of acknowledgement, just know that people are admiring you. It may be from afar, but you are being admired, you are being recognized, you are being appreciated, okay? But the hard work is not over, okay? The hard work is not over. There's still stuff that you need to do. There's still things that you need to work out. There's still things that you need to figure out. And that's what this Empress energy was about as well. So the Empress energy is saying about, she's about to give birth. She's been working at something for such a long time, and now she's about to see the results. She's about to see the reward for the effort that she's put into it. So just know that the hard work, for those of you who have given birth, you know how hard it is, but the rewards are immediately there, okay? So there's still hard work ahead of you. You are being seen, you are being appreciated, you are being thought of. Somebody admires you, even though it may be from afar. But just know that you are not trapped, you are not stuck, you are not caged, you are not in prison, even though it feels like that. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm trying to pick it up. Keep doing what you're doing with the Empress card, and just know that you will achieve everything that you desire. How awesome is that? I just love, love, love that message. So now we're on to these beauties. Okay, you can see how large these are. They are next to my hand. So to shuffle these on screen was just, no, it's not going to happen. For those of you who are interested in this deck, it is phenomenal. It is the Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Krantz. Such a phenomenal deck. Really, really awesome, but like I say, quite huge. So the backs of these cards is what you're looking at now. It's supposed to look like a diamond. It's supposed to look like a, you know, a diamond reflecting light. But that, to me, is just black and white splotches. So looking at this, this is the first card that we've drawn. So remember, I was asking, these are archetype cards, which are, you know, personality types or kind of things that you're going through in life at the moment. The kind of theme of your existence, if I can call it that. So this is who you are now, and this one is what you are evolving into, what you are becoming. So we're moving from this to this. So who are you at the moment? the mask, which means that you are not revealing your true self. It means that you are putting on a mask depending on the work that needs to be done. So I want to try and pick up these other cards, round cards. Why did I do this? So with this card, okay, you are the prisoner. You are trapped. So you are being that person. That is the mask that you are wearing. You are, doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter if it's good, bad, or ugly. You have this appearance of being trapped, this appearance of being stuck emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, but also the appearance of about to birth a new reality, about to start anew. So you are swapping your masks all the time, depending on your circumstance, okay? And everybody who sees you, they perceive you as being this person, okay? So at the moment, your archetype is of the mask. You adapt yourself to suit your circumstances. You adapt yourself to suit the situation that you are in. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not being true to you, okay? You're not being true to you. You're not revealing your true self. And everybody, so the people nearest and dearest to you, do they really know you? Because all you're doing is wear the mask the whole time. So who are we moving towards, or who are we becoming? Let me try and hold that in a way that you can absolutely see. Isn't that gorgeous? So it is the archetype of the vision. So what is the vision? Who is the vision? The vision is somebody who can see the bigger picture, somebody who's fully aware of all the details and everything that's going on around you, and who's working towards the big picture. So it's not the small detail stuff. This is small detail stuff. It's a problem with round cards. You always pick them up upside down. So this is the small detail stuff. The small detail stuff is wearing the appropriate mask for the job at hand. The vision is the person who sees the whole picture, person who sees everything and who is working towards everything at once. So you are going from, I'm going to call it single vision, to multi-vision. Okay. And if you just look at this card, I mean, you can see the more you look, the deeper it goes, the deeper it goes, the deeper it goes. Okay. And that is what the vision is. So at the moment, I am going to say, and this is going to sound absolutely awful, but at the moment, I'm going to say you've got tunnel vision. Okay, we've got blinkers on, we've got tunnel vision, we focused on one thing at a time, and we wear the appropriate mask accordingly. But what we're working towards is somebody who has removed the blinkers, removed the blindfolds. We have clear vision, we have 20/20 vision, 20/20 in hindsight, and we have the wisdom of the owls, we have the moon, we have the evil eye, or not the evil eye, the all-seeing eye. That's what I was supposed to say, that one over there, just on my nail there. The all-seeing eye, and we are moving towards seeing the bigger picture, working towards the bigger picture, and not being restricted and limited in our understanding, in our belief, and who we are. Okay, so friends, that is your message for today. I do hope you enjoyed it. It was actually, I quite enjoyed giving that message. I thought that was actually quite fabulous. So if you did, if that message resonated with you, if it just spoke to your heart and soul and made you feel like everything's going to be okay, because it is, please can I have a thumbs up from you? And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And until we meet again, probably on Monday for your Taroscopes, from my heart to yours, you take care. And welcome to those of you who chose bundle 3 as the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. Welcome. I hope you are well, and I hope you've arrived at Friday in a good space. It's lovely to have you here with me. If you didn't watch the intro, please do if you are interested to see what decks I'm using, because all that information is there in the intro. And today we are having a round day. So it's not to do with anything else except to do with the decks that we are using. So we are having a round day today. And because of that, some of the decks that I am using today are quite large, and some of them, there's quite a lot of them. So shuffling them is an absolute nightmare. So I wasn't going to attempt to do that while I have you on screen. So today I have shuffled and pre-selected the cards, but I have them here. Okay, so here are all the cards that we're going to use today. I have them all. I haven't really peeked at them, but I have the cards in front of me. There's 3 different decks that we're going to be using today, and I have them in front of me to look at as we need to. So if you want to see the decks, like I said, please go through to the intro and have a look there. Because I am using round decks, I just decided today, let's just use round decks for a change. One of the decks that I'm using is one that I haven't actually used before in any of my videos, any of my online content, but it is such an interesting and awesome deck, and it's quite a specific deck, okay? So what we're doing today is the first 2 cards that we draw are from a tarot deck, and that's going to give us the kind of general message, what does Spirit need us to know right now. The next 2 cards after that are going to give us detail on the message, so that's like, I'm going to say, the fairly normal kind of stuff that we have. But then when we get to the last 2 cards, that's when things really get quite interesting. And this is the, I'll show you the deck that it is. It's the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck that I'm using by Kim Krantz. And because it's a specific deck, it deals specifically with archetypes, it's going to give us archetypal information. And I have asked specific questions there with regards to, you know, we're drawing 2 cards. I want to know what archetype are we now and what archetype are we moving towards. So it'll be quite interesting to see the messages that we get. But let's start off with the basics, if I can pick them up. So we're starting off with these 2 cards. You can see how little they are in comparison to my hand. They're absolutely lovely. This is the Motherpeace Tarot, and this is giving us the, if I can say, the general guidance from Spirit. So what is it that Spirit wants us to know? What is it that we need to know right now? And the first card, I've got to make sure I'm holding them the right way up. So the first card we have is the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords, you can just, by looking at the card, you can just see it's like it's busy. There's chaos, okay? There's stuff everywhere, all right? There's people, they're tied up. Are they tied up? Are they not tied up? These animals, there's, you know, these fish, there's trees. The more you look, the more you see. And it just seems to be like, I feel like I'm a little bit anxious, okay? And that's exactly what the card means. So the 9 of Swords is all about anxiety. It's all about stress. It's all about worry. It's all about like, you know, panicked about what's happening, what's going to happen, what did happen in the past. So it's like total overwhelm, all right? And it's feeling like you have to figure it all out on your own, but actually you don't. There is support, there is help, there is guidance, but it's a case of feeling as if it's just completely overwhelming, all right? And the card that is drawn with it is the 3 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups is like now the complete opposite end of the spectrum. So if I can just hold them the right way around. So the 9 of Swords is anxiety, stress, panic, worry, you know, all of those kind of negative emotions. And the 3 of Cups is about happiness, celebration, joy, friendships, spending time with good people. You know, it's the complete opposite. But the interesting thing here, and the interesting common denominator between these 2 cards is, yes, we've got the anxiety on the side. I'm getting my left and my right so wrong this week. We've got our anxieties on the other side. We've got the celebration, joy, and happiness card on the side. But the anxiety card is what we do in the middle of the night when nobody's around. So when we're with our people, we're pretending like life is fabulous. We're pretending like, you know what, I got this. I'm fine. I'm cool. Life is dandy. But it's in the middle of the night that our anxieties start coming through. We start having this fear. We start having the stress. We start having the worry. Okay, so it's all about those anxieties. It's all about those stresses. It's all about not quite knowing, not having enough belief and confidence in yourself to know that you've got it. But we pretend, okay? We pretend. We're pretending like life is fabulous. So this is the kind of person that every time you phone them and say, how are you? They go, oh, I'm fabulous. I'm great. Life is awesome. But trust me, in the middle of the night, they are just as worried and stressed as you are. Okay, so that is the first part of the message. We're now going to move on to the 2 tea leaf fortune cards that I have selected. So this is a continuation of the story that we've had so far. This is just the detail of what Spirit need us to know about our anxiety, our stresses, and our feeling of everything being absolutely okay. So the first card I have drawn for you is the Angel card. I'm just trying to get it that you can read the writing. And the writing underneath says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So please know, let me see if I can hold that there. When your anxiety is high, when you're stressed, your worries and your anxieties are through the roof, please know that you have got angelic guidance, you have got angelic assistance, you've got the angels there with you, helping you and guiding you and keeping you safe from harm. This doesn't mean that you can go be reckless, okay? This doesn't mean that you can go be silly, but just know that when your anxieties are high, when your stress levels and your anxieties are high, you have got the angels guiding you, helping you, and making sure that you are safe. Connected to that, oh, look at that, beetle energy. And look at the message from the beetle. The beetle says good fortune is yours, okay? So please know that this pretend that you put on, this pretend energy, this celebration, this joy, this happiness, this exuding happiness card is telling you that it's okay. You can do that because there is good fortune for you. All right. So even though you're not feeling it, even though all you're feeling is the stress, the worry, and the anxiety, you have got angelic guidance and beetle energy helping you and guiding you and telling you that everything is going to be okay. So friends that chose bundle, whatever bundle this is, because I can't remember. It's been a long week. Please know that the stress and the anxiety that you are dealing with, I can't hold this, there we go. The stress and the anxiety that you are dealing with, everything that's going on in your life at the moment, you may not be sharing that with anybody. You may be keeping it all to yourself. It may all be internal stress and anxiety, but please know that you have got angelic guidance. You've got the angels with you to help you, to hold your hand and to make sure that you get through this okay. And you also need to know that there is good fortune on your side. So whatever it is that you're facing, whatever it is that you're dealing, just know that it's going to be okay. All right? It's going to be okay. Right. Now we go on to these two babies. I get excited about this part. So these two cards, I need to hold them in the right way. These two cards, as I said to you earlier on, this is from the Archetypes, the wild unknown Archetypes. Oh my word, forgive me, guys. Wild unknown archetype deck. So I have chosen two cards, and the two cards that I have chosen here, the one is to show where you are coming from. Okay, sorry, let me rephrase that. The archetype that you are right now, the personality, the challenges of life, the situations and the stuff that you are going through right now. What is the archetype that you are experiencing right now? And what is the archetype that, so that's this card, and this card is the archetype that you are evolving into, that you are becoming. So who are you right now? What is the archetype of you right now? And we have the orphan. So what is an orphan? An orphan is somebody who has been abandoned, given up, left alone, neglected, all these kind of horrible, horrible words that come to me. But look at the protection of the mother snake around the orphan. Look at the beautiful flower that we have there. So the flower is purity, the flower is innocence. You can see the baby hand there, and I want to find the card. Can't even pick them up. The stress and anxiety card is all about the orphan mentality. So you may feel like you are completely on your own. You may feel like nobody's got your back. You may feel like nobody's supporting you. You may feel like you've got nobody to turn to with regards to your stress and anxiety. You feel like you have been abandoned, neglected, left alone, and you just, I can't cope. Okay, so that is the lesson, the archetype that you are going through in life right now. But I have to remind you, you're not alone. You've got angelic guidance. And also, I mean, I'm not a snake person. Please know that. I really am not a snake person. But just look how nicely that snake is coiled. It's not an aggressive snake. It is just a protective mothering snake. It is circling around the orphan, circling around the baby to protect and keep it safe. And that is the angelic guidance that you have. So that is the archetype of who you are now, the lessons, the life lessons, whatever it is that you are going through now. Now let's see what you're working towards. Let's see what you are becoming. So the next archetype that you are going to is the ring. So to me, keywords that sort of jump out at me about this card is a ring is a complete circle. Okay, and it's interesting how here, I just sort of realized it now, that I was going on about the snake being a protective circle, embracing, circling without a danger. And that's because the next one you have is the ring, which is all about a complete circle, at no beginning and no end. Okay, but it's also about that protection. It's also about that. And then you've got the all-seeing eye in the middle. I love all the colors, how the colors go from dark, dreary, drab, boring, blah, into the bright red, the bright, vibrant, clear. And then there is that eye in the middle there, which, is it an eye or is it the cosmos? Is it, who knows what it is? But just understand that the ring is complete. The ring is solid. It's secure. It's strong. It's stable. It represents commitment. It represents unity. All of those kind of things. So the archetype that you are currently feeling alone, feeling like nobody's got your back, that there's no support, that there's no guidance, that there's nothing for you, but we're moving towards complete, secure, all those amazing, fabulous things. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 3, I think it is, Forgive me if I got it wrong. That is your message for this week, and I do hope that you enjoyed it. I do hope it's been a good message for you. If you did resonate with it, if it did talk to your heart and soul, please can I have a thumbs up from you? And as always, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Have a good weekend, have a good time, and until we meet again, from my heart to yours, you take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose bundle 4 as the bundle that has the message you need to hear today. Welcome. I don't normally do 4, do I? I normally only do 3, but today we're doing things a bit differently, and the first thing that you would have noticed is, besides for the fact that I'm doing 4, is that we're doing round, okay? We're doing a round day today, and we're not talking about body size or anything, we're talking about cards, all right? So today I am only using round decks, and because I thought I was doing something different with that, I thought I would just do an extra bundle as well. Feeling generous this week, what can I say? So for those of you who chose 4, I know you came here because you don't normally choose 4, because you don't normally have a 4th option. So I know you have really given it some thought, and I'm sure that you are here for the right message, and I hope it's going to be a good one for you. So what I've done today, because I'm only using round decks, we're starting off with tarot, which is going to give us our kind of normal message that we normally have. I then have another round deck that I'm using, which is going to give us the detail on the message, so just an extra continuation of the message. And then I'm finishing off with a really awesome deck, which is a deck I have never used on any of my content before, and it is the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck, this one over here by Kim Krantz. Phenomenal deck. I normally only use this one for myself, but today I decided I'm using it here. And because it's a very specific deck, it deals specifically with archetypes, we're starting off by asking a couple of questions about where we are at in life and what archetype we're dealing with, and then we're looking to see what archetype we're evolving into. So it'll be very interesting at the end to see what it is that we get for all of you who chose bundle 4. So because they're all round decks, I was not going to even try and shuffle on screen, because you know how bad I am at shuffling. So I have pre-shuffled, and I have got all the cards here, all right, chosen and shuffled and whatever. You can see how large they are as well. So I was not going to try and do that on screen. We would have had cards flying all over the place. So I haven't really looked at the cards, but I have them in front of me, so I'm just going to show them to you and go through the message. So the first deck, oh, that was the other thing I needed to say. If you are interested to know any of the decks that I've used, all of that information will be below for you, okay, in the description of the video. All that information will be there for you, so if you want to know more. So the first deck that we're using is this one, and I get to now have a peek at the cards. The first deck that we're using is this one, which is the Motherpeace Tarot. And this is the mini version. As you can see, the cards are quite tiny. I absolutely love them. They are so cute. And yeah, you'll see by the images that they are absolutely stunning. So this is getting our message from Spirit. So what is it that Spirit wants us to know right now? What is important and significant for us to know? And the first card we have, just difficult to display it on screen, is the Sun. Okay, and the Sun is the card of happiness, of success, of joy, of bliss, of just all things beautiful. And you know that in our world, the Sun is the center of our universe, and without the Sun, we would cease to exist. The Sun brings us happiness. The Sun brings us life. It brings us all of those things that we need. It brings us all of this. Isn't this such an awesome picture? Children playing, balloons, animals, and of course, my favorite giraffe. I am such a giraffe nerd. Love, love, love my giraffes. So the fact that they have a giraffe on this card is just amazing. So the Sun card is telling you that at the moment, life is fairly good. Okay, at the moment, things are okay. Even if you've got a couple of challenges, they're not overwhelming you. You're feeling like, yeah, I got this, okay? There is time for celebration. There is time for joy. There is success. There's happiness. There's all of those things happening around us. And connected to that, we have the High Priestess card, okay? And the High Priestess card is all about inner knowing, intuition. It's about recognizing and understanding who we are at the core of our being. So when we look at these two cards together, and it's very difficult to hold them together when they're two round cards, but I'm sure that's okay for you. When we look at these two cards together, it's basically saying to you that you need to be enjoying life as you have it at the moment. Look at my rainbow nails. Let's have rainbow in our world, okay? We need to enjoy life as it is. We need to be taking advantage of every moment that we have. So don't let any opportunity pass you by. Don't let anything good go past you without you using it to the best of your advantage. Let your intuition guide you. If you feel like doing something, get up and do it, okay? No procrastination, no putting it off. Life is for living. Take advantage of every opportunity that you have in your life right now, and know that that is what you need to be focusing on, and know that that is what you need to be doing. You need to be trusting yourself more than anybody else, but you need to make sure that you are enjoying life to the absolute fullest at every opportunity that you get. Okay, so I'm going to leave those two on the table here in front of me, and I am now picking up, and again, I get to see them, the two tea leaf fortune cards that I have drawn for you, which are going to continue the message, which are going to continue to give us everything that we need. So, first card, let me hold it the right way. We have the jug, and the jug is about light-hearted, carefree time. So yeah, I can't make this stuff up, guys. The jug is saying to you again, what is that jug full of? Hopefully it's full of something really sweet and delicious that makes us celebrate and enjoy with our friends and with our family. But it's about being in the moment. It's not worrying about whether the jug's got enough in it. It's about just enjoying the contents of the jug. Okay, it's about not questioning who made it, where did it come from, what ingredients are in there, and how long will it last, and will there be enough for everybody, and how much should I pour? Stop with all the questions. Just pour it and enjoy it and have fun, because that's what this card is all about. That's what the Sun card is all about. And the High Priestess is saying, trust, believe, know that it's going to be okay. So the jug, light-hearted, carefree time, and connected to it. And as I said to you, I really couldn't make this stuff up if I tried. We have got doggy energy, and it says getting together with friends. So again, I think this has come up every single week since we've had lockdown here in South Africa. But we need to understand that even though we have lockdown, even though we are not allowed to see our family, even though we're not allowed to spend time with our friends, even though we're not allowed to get together socially, it doesn't mean that we must avoid each other. We've got social media, we've got telephones, we've got Zoom, we've got Skype, we've got so many other methods to connect with friends. So we need to be doing that. And I think probably those of you who haven't been connecting with your friends, and I hope that's all of you, you've all been behaving yourselves. Even though we haven't been connecting with our friends, maybe we're starting to feel a little bit like we need to, okay? So know that this is a magic jug. It is full of awesome. It's full of amazing. It's full of wonderful, whatever it is. Let it help you, guide you, and give you the inspiration to spend a bit of time with your friends. Let's connect with our friends. Let's have a good time. Let's have an online tea party, or let's have an online poker evening, whatever it may be. Connect with, be with, and just know happiness, joy, and success is yours. Okay, so friends, those of you who chose bundle 4, that was quite an awesome message. Very happy, light-hearted, carefree, which is quite great for a change. And now I want to go into these two cards. So these two cards is the Archetype cards, okay? And when I shuffled, when I smushed them around the table, I have to be honest, because these are huge. You can see the size of these cards, okay? When I shuffled these cards and I drew these two, I was asking a question. And the question I was asking is, which or what archetype are you right now? What is the archetype that you are going through right now? What is the archetype that you are processing, dealing with, and comprehending right now? And what is the archetype that you are becoming? So what archetype are you now, and what archetype are you evolving into or becoming? Okay, what is the next in line for you? What is the next big life lesson or life personality that you need to be mindful of? So it's who you are now, and I'm having a look, and who you are becoming, and it all makes so much sense. So, who are you now? What is the archetype that is relevant and significant for you right now? And it is the eternal child. Of course it is. We can't have the Sun card, the dog card, and the jug card without having the eternal child archetype. It just makes sense. So you've been going through life just trusting, believing, going through the motions, not really overthinking things too much, because that's what children do. Children trust their teachers, their parents, their siblings, whatever it may be. They just go through the process, and that's exactly what you've been doing, okay? You have been the eternal child, quite light-hearted, quite carefree in your approach and your understanding, but who you are evolving into and who you are becoming is a little bit more structured. we have the box. So the box, and to me, when I see this, I don't know about you, but is the box a square box or is it a pyramid? Is it, as I'm looking at it on screen now, it looks like it's a 3D pyramid that's coming out at me, okay? And I hope that's come through on the screen for you too, but it certainly looks like that for me. So what is pyramid? Pyramid is solid, pyramid is structure, pyramid is strength. I'm saying pyramid, I mean to say box. Oh my word, can I get the right words, please? It's been a long week, guys. All right, so the box is all about strength. It's all about structure. It's all about stability. But it is one of the strongest shapes ever, especially when your box becomes a pyramid, okay? Can you see the pyramid there? The effect for me is quite amazing. I might just, to all day doing this, make you watch. So the box is all about structure. It's all about stability. It's all about strength. It's all about having a foundation that can handle anything. Okay, so the archetype that you are currently experiencing or currently living or currently being is the eternal child. It's knowing that these rules, knowing that there's structure, but it's really being quite carefree. And it's about knowing that somebody else has got it figured out. Somebody else has got the rules and whatever figured out. Somebody else is looking after you, and you can just come and go as you please. But you are evolving, you are changing, and you are moving into something a little bit more structured, something a little bit more stable. And that's not bad, because boxes can contain so many different shapes and so many different forms, but at least the outside structure is solid. So whatever it is that you're facing in your life at the moment, friends, just please recognize that it is success, fun, happiness, joy, time in the sun. You've got to learn to trust yourself with the High Priestess, okay? You've got to learn to trust your own inner knowing, your own intuition, and know that everything's going to be okay. The jug is telling you that light-hearted, carefree time is what you need to be focusing on. Spending and connecting with friends, making sure that everybody knows how much you love and adore them is absolutely necessary. You are the eternal child who is evolving and becoming the sturdy foundation box. So friends, those of you who chose bundle 4, that is your message, and I do hope it was a good one. I do hope it really spoke to your heart and soul and just resonated with you in such a good way. And if it did, please can I have a thumbs up from you? I would so appreciate that, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And until we meet again, from my heart to yours, you take care.